Although both Alaska and Yukon contain volcanoes which have produced eruptions in recent times, none of these are located in close proximity to the community of Old Crow in Yukon. The closest active volcano to this community is the Fort Selkirk volcano, which is 325 miles to the south-southeast. Yet, in and around this settlement is a notably white ash layer which is several centimeters thick. This ash layer was thus called the Old Crow tephra, and for many years its source remained a mystery. Large eruptions while volcanoes far to the southwest in Alaska such as Mount Churchill, Novarupta, Aniakchak, Black Peak, and the Fisher Caldera have produced voluminous explosive eruptions in the last 20,000 years. None of these were the source of the ash layer, which was dated to 124,000 years old. Instead, it originated from a volcanic eruption an order of magnitude larger than the aforementioned caldera, forming eruptions at each volcano, at a complex known as the Emmons Lake Caldera. Emmons Lake Caldera. The Emmons Lake Caldera is located in southern Alaska on the Aleutian Peninsula, where it is 62 miles west-northwest of the city of Sand Point. Emmons Lake contains Alaska's largest known caldera to form in the last 1 million years. Caldera dimensions measuring 18.2 kilometers long and 10.5 kilometers wide. Its caldera rim is up to 610 meters or 2,000 feet higher than the caldera bottom, contains a series of young eruption products, a caldera lake, and a series of post-caldera stratovolcanoes. These stratovolcanoes are located in a straight line of activity 13 miles in length, consisting of, when measured from southwest to northeast, Mount Emmons, Hague, Double Crater, Little Pavlov, and the Pavlov sister volcanoes. The Emmons Lake volcano has been erupting intermittently for more than 500,000 years, which before its first caldera-forming eruption consisted of an unusually voluminous complex of lava domes, stratovolcanoes with glacier-covered peaks, cinder cones, and flank lava flows. However, these products produced by explosive eruptions would not last long, as Emmons Lake would go on to produce 6 separate caldera-forming eruptions according to the Alaska Volcano Observatory between 400,000 and 20,000 years ago. You can see the remnants of at least one of these older calderas on the southwestern section of the complex. By 200,000 years ago, a large caldera likely already existed but was perhaps a third of its modern size. Over time, the large magma chamber of Emmons Lake seemingly became more and more silica and volatile rich, which primed the volcano for another powerful eruption. Plinian eruption, then, 124,000 years ago, after perhaps dozens or hundreds of feet of ground uplift, a powerful volcanic eruption began on the surface. As Emmons Lake explosively erupted at a rate of several 100,000 cubic meters of rock per second, a plume of ash rose to a height of 50 kilometers or 164,000 feet. Some of this material was too heavy and collapsed downwards, while other material sort of figuratively boiled over the erupting vents, creating voluminous pyroclastic flows which were more than 1,000 feet tall and swept over the tops of adjacent mountains. Traveling at a speed of more than 100 miles per hour, these would go on to completely decimate the landscape within a 30-kilometer or 18-mile radius. However, although current evidence has not proven that these flows traveled beyond this distance, eruptions of this scale often result in pyroclastic flows which exceed a maximum runout distance more than 2 or 3 times this length, meaning that pyroclastic flows likely raced across the adjacent sea, crossing sections of it and reaching adjacent islands. Due to prevailing wind patterns at the time of the eruption, the majority of ash drifted towards the northeast. This ash would go on to cover almost the entirety of eastern and central Alaska and large sections of western Yukon. Then, due to the large amount of erupted material totaling 200 cubic kilometers of volcanic caldera formation rock, meaning the eruption had a volcanic explosivity index of A7, the magma chamber of Emmons Lake had largely been drained. This caused a large section of overlying rock to collapse downwards to fill the empty space, forming a massive caldera. In the more than 100,000 years since, another caldera-forming eruption has occurred and numerous vents have filled in large sections of the caldera. Conclusion: thanks for watching. If you would like to request a specific topic, please leave a comment below. Additionally, if you wish to support this channel, consider becoming a patron on this channel's Patreon page.